Once again, I must ask too much of you, Harry.
Hey guys, this is Jamick 98 Lewis again. Now, I just got back from seeing Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Now, I'm going to do a little rant on it, so warning, major spoilers if you haven't read the book or seen the movie. Okay, where to begin with this? Was the movie good? It was okay. Is it my least favorite of the series? Oh, well, by far. I mean, I don't know. This movie, look, overall, it was a great cinematic experience to see it with people a couple days after it was released. Okay, problems I have with this movie. Number one, I know that in the sixth Harry Potter book, it's a dark time and a dark atmosphere. But this movie just went way too far with the whole concept. Every panel has, dark themed and it's shadowed, and it's like even the happy parts are just grim to watch. I mean, in the fifth movie, yeah, there were some bad times, but overall it was very colorful and enjoyable to watch. So this movie felt forced. Like, every scene felt rushed. Now, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, and yes, I'm going to be a super Harry Potter nerd here, but I've read all the books twice. And, in fact, I'm almost close to reading them all for a third time. But anyway, so I know the books pretty well. And I can understand a movie, you know how, it's like my dad always says, you can't put an entire book into a movie. That's impossible. I understand that they have to cut things from the book. Like, not all the scenes from the book can be in the movie. I understand that. But when they start adding their own scenes, just, what? What I mean is, the whole thing with Harry and the diner at the beginning, like, that was never in the book. And, okay, yeah, I guess the book and the movie are different because the movie is a representation of the book, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's all fine and good. But I really don't think it's in Harry's character to be picking up chicks. It's just not his character. I don't know. He's one of those quiet romance guys. And as we've seen in, like, the fourth book, he's not supposed to be very good with the whole romance thing. He's the main character and a hero, I guess, but he sucks at romance. So I thought that scene was out of context. Now, I also felt that just the movie is just sort of chronologically weird. Like, there's the scene with Narcissia and Bellatrix where they go to Snape and they're all like, the unbreakable vow, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't happen at the beginning of the movie like you would expect it would. It happens, like, after the first 3 or 4 scenes. One thing I really, really hated about this movie is that I think that it was almost tailor-made for Harry Potter fan brats. And what I mean by that is, it shoves the whole, like, oh, everyone's like a couple in your face. I mean, in the book, it's hinted that, Hermione wants Ron, even though Ron's dating the one chick, I think her name is Lavender, I forget at the moment. And Harry wants Ginny and all that. And there's that whole love octagon, or dodecagon, or dodecahedron, or whatever. Thank you to Mrs. Wright, my geometry teacher, for telling me what the hell a dodecagon was. But yeah, it just shoves it in your face. It's like, oh, look, they're a couple. Like, even, what I mean by that, prime example is when Dumbledore and Harry, they're having their first little meeting about discussing Voldemort's past, and Voldemort's all like, oh, I've noticed that you and Hermione Granger are hanging out a lot. Is there something going on between you? Like Dumbledore would never say that. He's a wise and powerful wizard, but it's just not in his character. I don't know. That's another problem I have with this movie. The characters aren't even portrayed in the way they should be. It's like, okay, I have to admit, one of the things that this movie had going for it is that the guy who plays Slughorn is actually pretty good. I mean, he's not how I imagined him. He's not like how I imagined him in the book, but he was a pretty good job. It's just, everything felt rushed. Like, everything. It's just like, even the scenes with the Like, the one scene I thought was weird was the one that, by the way, is not in the book, where Ginny and Harry go to the room of requirement so she can hide the half-blood prince's book or whatever. Like, what was the point of that scene? Besides the whole, oh yeah, epic kiss thing, which, by the way, it's like, oh, really, he's closing his eyes, oh god, I wonder what's gonna happen next. You know, again, I gotta go back to Harry Potter 5. You know, they stuck to the source material, and even though I knew that Harry was gonna kiss Cho Chang under the mistletoe in the room of requirement, you know, I actually felt a connection. I was expecting it, yes, but I also felt a connection. There was a lot of emotion portrayed in the scene. Everything in this movie just felt forced and rushed. It is by far my least favorite in the series so far. And I'm ashamed to say this, but I honestly can't recommend that anyone see it. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. It was... Okay, fine. I'll take that back. If you're a Harry Potter fan, check it out. If you're not like a... I mean... If you're a fan of the Harry Potter movies or the Harry Potter books, go see it. But otherwise, stay away. Stay far, far away. That's all I can say. I mean, even the scenes with Malfoy and Harry, like the whole, like the one part where they have the argument in the bathroom or whatever. They're supposed to, I don't know. I felt that everything was rushed and forced, and it wasn't as epic as I thought it would be. In fact, even Dumbledore's death didn't even seem that epic. I mean, I knew that he was going to die, but it just... Okay. Overall, it was a decent movie, and it followed the book to a point. It ended on the right note, I guess. I would have liked to have seen Dumbledore's funeral, but what are you gonna do? The movie was already like 2.5 hours long. I think they should have just, brightened things up a little bit, bring back a little bit more of the comedy. I mean, I know there's that whole thing with Ron drinking the love potion or whatever, but that scene wasn't even as funny as I thought it would be. In fact, all the humor in this movie isn't funny. I know it's like an oxymoron or something, but the humor isn't funny. I mean, okay, there's like 1 or 2 moments where I chuckled, but other than that, it's like, come on. I was expecting a little bit more, that's all. Okay. This has been Jamick 90 Lotus, and I hope you found my rant helpful. If you want, go see Harry Potter, if you're a hardcore fan of the books or the movies. But like I said earlier, if you're not, stay away, stay far, far away. Goodbye.